Hey guys, what is up? Today we are going to be doing a Paladins tier list. This is going to be part 1 of 2. This one is going to be only the flank champions and damage champions. It would be too long of a video if it was for all the champions. I'll be uploading part 2, tanks and support, soon. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss that video coming soon. Of course, if you have any other, this is just my opinion. If you have any other opinions, feel free to comment them down below and I'll respond to as many of you as I can. And right before we start, I just wanted to say go follow and look at my Twitch link. It's in the description. If we can hit 50 followers by the end of next month, that would be insane. And yeah, let's get started. Flanks and damages. So we're going to be starting out with Octavia. Currently, I think Octavia, I haven't played her in ranked, but in casuals, she seems absolutely insane. I'm going to put her in A tier. She's just, maybe even S. I'll put her in S tier just because her damage is absolutely insane. Her leap's not horrible. Her distortion field's alright. Her ultimate's alright. But it's just her weapon is so absolutely insane right now. I think it deserves an A tier. BK. I'm going to put BK in the C tier. What I think with BK is that he's alright, but he's just, there's better options out there other than BK. Like, I just feel like there's better options out there. How would I change this up real quick? This would be C, this would be B, this would be plus. Put BK in the C tier. I mean, his skill really depends on the servers. He has a big hitbox, his damage alright, he has a good stun, a decent mobility. You know, it's just everything's okay, but he's just really depends on the servers, especially in EU where I play. Cassie. In Cassie has everything you need really. Good knockback, good burst with your blast shot, good ultimate, a good weapon. Everything about Cassie is insane. She has no hard counters. She can duel a lot of flanks like Androxus pretty well. So yeah, she's a very strong pick. Drogos. I'm going to put Drogos in the C tier with BK. Drogos is situational. He's better on some maps than others, similar to BK, but he's also countered very, very easily. He's one of the last pick champions you want to pick, and his counter ability is what puts him from being B tier. I feel like he has more potential than BK if they're not countered, but he's countered a lot more easier. Dredge. Same, all the blast champions I guess are going in a similar spot. Dredge is situational on maps. He doesn't have anything good to engage in on people. He has a good escape tool. He has good sustain cards. Hurl is very good. Scuttle is okay. Yeah. Ice Mines, he's like insane on Ice Mines, but other maps he's not as strong. I mean, he's good on like Jaguar Falls, but other than those two maps, he's not that strong. So I'll put him in the C tier. Amani is going to be B tier. Amani is good. She has a good CC. It's okay CC, a root that's hard to hit sometimes. She has good damage, good burst. With, I mean, her right click and her mana rift talent, you could spam 2 fireballs that do like 2,000 damage instantly pretty much. Everything's just good about her. Everything's good. There's nothing horrible. Her ultimate's insane, but other than her ultimate, which is absolutely insane, everything's okay. Her ice dance is pretty bad though. Don't want to stay away from that. So yeah, B tier. Androxus. I'm gonna put Androxus in the A tier with Cassie. Very strong pick. He's gonna get nerfed, but pre-nerf, he's A tier. He has good damage, 1200 DPS, 600 times 2 because he shoots every half second. He has a good damage reduction. He has insane mobility, probably one of the best mobilities in the game for a single ability. I'm not counting like Eevee with 2 different mobility. But his right click's okay. His ultimate's not bad. Yeah, everything about him is just pretty good. So yeah. Canessa. Put Canessa in the B plus tier because she is more situational than Amani, but in the maps where she's good, she's absolutely insane. She has a way to get away from flankers with her teleport, reposition talent, very, very good. Insane lifesteal cards, insane damage, can even sometimes snipe people flanks in close range if they're not, you know, like some people can do that, and that's just absolutely insane. Lian. Good long range, good close range, insane burst, decent ultimate. It's not the best ultimate, but it's alright. It can get you 50% back. Leon's just great. Leon, everything about Leon's good. Similar to Cassie, but Leon has more burst potential, but less other things. Alright, so that's where I think Leon should be. Moving on next to Victor. I'm gonna put Victor in the B tier. He's kind of like Amani. Everything's good, but he's not anything insane. I think actually Amani's gonna be there because I think Amani's a bit better. But everything about Victor's just good. Like, there's nothing horrible about him. But he's definitely, I mean, I guess his movement's really bad. His grenade's alright. His ultimate's alright. You know, he's just a bit underwhelming, I would say, for Victor. Like, he'll work, but he's not the best pick. Sha Lin, I'll put in B tier. He has a good cripple, He has a good burst with a sand trap. His mobility's not horrible. His ultimate's alright. This could be a lot better. But yeah, that's where I put him. Strix. I'm gonna put Strix in the D tier. He's just so situational. His damage for his pistol is worse than Canessa's, and it's a whole different weapon. His ultimate's a lot worse than Canessa's. His mobility is completely countered by Illuminate, and he can't run from flanks. His pistol damage is a joke, so he can't shoot down flanks with his pistol, and he can't run away from them because his mobility is not as good as Canessa's. So if you get flanked, you're screwed. You have to be very good, and with all of that, he's just not as good. I mean, I guess you have your flash thing, but it's not even that good. It's unreliable when it hits people sometimes. You have to aim it really well. All of his talents are bad. All of Canessa's talents are good. Yeah. Tyra, A tier. Though Tyra has her nade build, insane damage reduction to deal with flanks, with good burst. Her fire is good for killing tanks. Her hunter's mark is just good generally, 15% damage and life hacks on one person. Everything about her's good. She just doesn't have any mobility. But with the DR build, you can dual flanks, so the mobility is not as important. Vivian's going with Strix. She's just not good. Has worse damage than Victor and Tyra. Has no burst unless you count Booby Trap, which isn't really burst because it takes a long time to work. Sensor Drone without Booby Trap is alright. It's kind of like Strix's Flare, but Strix's Flare is like a whole different ability. It's like it's a different thing. Vivian's shield, you can just shoot her feet. It's pretty easy. This is mouse and keyboard, by the way. So Vivian on controller, I know is stronger because it's harder to hit the feet, but still. Then with all that, it's just not that good. Willow, I'm gonna put in B+. She's really good on some maps, very powerful in a team fight, but I can't say she's on the level of Kathy, Androxus, Lian, or Tyra, if that makes sense. Tiberius. I think he's on the level of Cassie, Androxus, Lian, and Tyra. Tiberius is just insane, right? Like he has insane burst. He has a good TC, insane slow. His ultimate's but other than his ultimate not being the greatest, everything about him is very, very good. Koga, F tier. If you look with Koga, you either have no good mobility. I guess you can use your skewer, but that's not very good because it locks you out of your attacks for a short duration. You either have insane damage or insane mobility, or not insane. It's good, decent damage or decent mobility with either stance. You can't really switch it up very well. You can try, but it's really not that good. Some machine guns are like a Nerf gun, and his skewer is not very reliable. It locks you out of your other abilities for a long time. So yeah, Buck's B tier, I think. He's good. He has a good slow. He's just bad at ranges. His ultimate's kind of like Tyra's. It's not the greatest, but it's not horrible. His leap's good. He has all of his talents are viable. Yeah, he's just good, but he's not anything insane. Evie, I'm going to put in B tier. The reason Evie's in B tier is you really have to know how to play her, and she's countered by so many champions. Trying to play her is really hard, and at her best potential, at a very high skill cap, like, she's not even that insane. Like, there's just better flanks out there currently. Talus is not one of those better flanks. I'm gonna put him in D tier. Talus is just not good. Like, you can't say he's good. His overcharge is just a quick boost, which is good, but it lasts a short duration. His rune of travel isn't good to engage on enemies. It's only good to get away from enemies or to teleport back, which having a free reset button, it's helpful, but there's just so many better flanks. His mobility only horizontal, not that good. It's just not very good right now, I would say. Yeah, better options, countered easily. Moji, Moji's not an F. I'll put her in D tier. Moji is just so situational. She can't poke, huge hitbox, can't flank very well. She's better as a damage than a flank. Super short range, like Buck kind of, but her hitbox is bigger, worse mobility than Buck. Her damage immune's alright. Her ultimate's okay. Like someone like Zin's guillotine is a lot better, It's just not that good. There's better options. Skye is not one of those better options. D tier. Skye is she's just countered by Illuminate. She's good very situationally. F tier is like in no situation I would want to pick this character. Skye and D tier, very situationally you can pick them. C tier, kind of situationally. B tier is they're good. It's just kind of what it is. Skye is just not good. You're invisible. that can be countered by Illuminate. Your damage is the same as Victor's, but only in super close range. Your poison bolts, I guess, are all right, but they're only good with debilitate talent, and then you can't have the good smoke and dagger talent. Yeah, Maeve, C tier. I just don't think Maeve's very good. She's just, I mean, maybe I'll put her B tier. She just counters so easily, but I think Sha Lin, Buck, and Victor and Evie are better than Maeve. Maeve had like a B minus tier, that'd be good, but I'll just leave this out as it is. Maeve is just not good. Like, I mean, best case scenario, she's not countered. What does she have? Not much damage. Her mobility's alright. She has a decent Cal Burglar talent. But without that, like, she's just, I don't know, there's just better flanks. She's easy to hit in the air. I mean, people say she's not, but if you're flying around in the air with pounce and all that stuff, you're pretty easy to hit. Evie is a lot faster. She has instant teleports. She has her, like, prowl, her sword is much better than Maeve's prowl. And Maeve is also countered easily by so many different champions. Like, it's just hard to play Maeve nowadays. All of these at the top row, these A tier champions, and even a couple of these, all of them counter Maeve except Canessa and Willow. But you know, Amani, Cassie, all these guys, Octavia, whatever, all these can win in the 1v1 duel with the Maeve. And not being able to take out damaged champions is not the greatest. Like, you can't have that. Like, I even say Sha Lin would beat Maeve in a duel with Cripple. Buck would beat Maeve in a duel. The only one that I think Maeve could possibly win in the duel would be like Victor, Canessa, Vivian, Strix, Drogos. The rest, Maeve cannot beat in a duel. She's just not good. Lex. I'm gonna put Lex in the B tier. Like, he's good. He has an insane retribution talent, but his mobility is not good. He has no damage immunity talent, like no damage immunity, unless you go your heroism talent, which is kind of damage immunity. But then you lose the insane damage from the retribution talent, which gives you 30% more damage. So you're just like, Androxus has good damage. He has a damage immune and has much better mobility than Lex's dash. Like, he's kind of like Victor's mobility. It's just not that good. Vora. I'm gonna put her in the A tier. She's good. This champion can duel these guys easier. Still not too easy. Like, Tyra and Tiberius and Vora can't duel. But Vora can duel these guys sometimes. She has insane mobility, good damage with the Q talent, insane self-sustain. Like, absolutely insane. She's just good. Xin, I'm gonna put her in the B+. Thing is with Xin, is all you have with Xin is a good ultimate with Guillotine. Without your Guillotine ultimate, you're just not that good. And since that's getting a nerf, I feel like they should have buffed something else when they nerfed Guillotine, because with Guillotine is all that makes him good, really. Like, he doesn't have any vertical mobility. His counter and Billow are annoying, but they don't do that much. You can easily avoid his counter if you're a good player by just not shooting it. He doesn't have the damage potential that other flanks have. Like, his DPS isn't very high. And with the Guillotine nerf, his only place really was to be a tank, like to have it a 5v5. He would eliminate one instantly with his ultimate. That was his only purpose, to make fights a 5 versus 4 instead of a 5v5. But with that Guillotine nerf, that's going to be a lot harder, which I think was a good nerf. They should have nerfed Guillotine, but they should have buffed his damage, or for example, put Yomi in his base kit and make a new talent, just so he can have something to make up for that bad ultimate. That makes sense. So after next patch, I think he'll be here, but for this patch, I'll put him here. That's going to be the tier list. Thanks everyone for watching. If you have any other opinions, remember, comment them down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out my Twitch. Link in the description. And